Hey guys, Joe here with Intelliplan Financial, and we're going to go through 13 steps to help you prepare for retirement. And these are questions that actually people are asking. So as you are coming up on retirement years, your brain's going crazy. You're worrying about everything. So I'm going to make this simple. The 13 most frequently asked retirement questions. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The first one is, when can I retire? So this is different for everybody, right? You have to, when you think about time for retirement, it's going to really depend upon what your retirement plans are. And what I mean by that is, first of all, am I planning to just completely stop working and live life the way I want? Then I have to analyze how much money do I have saved and is it going to last me? Or am I going to maybe retire from my 9-to-5 job, but I'm going to work part-time? Then that's different, because now I don't need as much of my assets to cover the income if I want to retire, when I want to retire. Can I retire is just a question you have to analyze, and you have to work with a good financial professional to help you make that determination. The second question is, what will my expenses be like in retirement? Now, this is a very good point that a lot of people are not necessarily thinking about. So here's what we want to do. Think about what your current income is, and typically there's a rule of thumb that says you need about 85 to 90% of your current income. But rules of thumb really don't matter, because everyone has a different way that they're going to live their lives in retirement. So are you going to spend a lot more money traveling more consistently, or are you just going to live very similar to your current lifestyle, maybe take 1 or 2 vacations a year, and what types of vacations those are? So again, it's different for everyone, but take the time and think about what are those expenses going to be like. Number 3, how much money will I need to retire? Now, we've all seen the commercials. What's your number? So it's not about that. Again, it is planning for what you want to do, make a good assessment of what things are going to cost you, and don't forget to take into account things like inflation and healthcare, and how is that going to affect the assets that you have. So you're making sure that you have enough money for retirement. A good way to also think about it is, how much of that income do we have is guaranteed? So think about that. Number 4, when should I begin taking Social Security? Another great question. You can take it at 62, you can take it at 66 or 67, and then you can take it again at 70. At 62, obviously you're going to earn a lot less because they have to pay you for many more years. If you wait until at least your age of 66 or 67, you'll be at your full retirement age. And then in that scenario, there's no limitations to what you can do. At 70, that is where you're going to get the maximum amount of Social Security. So if you have not turned it on by age 70, go ahead and do so, because it's not going to change if you wait till 73. Number 5, how do I apply for Social Security? That can be a little complicated if you've ever dealt with a government office, but go to their website, start looking through their information. There also is an 800 number that you can call, and they will give you the assistance and guide you on how you should start applying. Number 6, can I work and collect Social Security at the time? If you decide at 62 that you want to turn on Social Security, then yes, you can turn on Social Security and you can keep working. However, there are limitations as to how much you can make. If you wait until full retirement age, then you can make as much as you want, and you can still earn and take your Social Security without any penalties. So keep that in mind. Number 7, how am I going to pay for medical expenses in retirement? Do you have long-term care insurance? If you do not, then do you have the assets to cover a major health issue? Again, we don't know what the future is going to bring for us, but make sure you're thinking about that so that this can be covered properly and not bankrupt you while you're in your retirement years. Number 8, will I have enough money to last through my retirement? Ask yourself, when are you going to pass away? And then just make sure you have enough money. I know, but we don't know when we're going to pass away, so we have to plan for living a long, fulfilled life, meaning the average 65-year-old male is living to be about 85, 86 years old now. The average 65-year-old female is making it until about 88. Prepare from a financial perspective to live into your early 90s because we just don't know when that day is going to come. Number 9, should I pay off my mortgage before retirement? From a financial perspective, it's not necessarily a good idea to pay off your mortgage because the equity in your home is not your equity, it is the bank's. And when the bank has the equity, they can earn and use it where you're not earning anything on those dollars. So from a financial perspective, keep that money, earn a higher rate of return on it, and you can always pay the home off whenever necessary. Now, there's also another side to this. It's what I call the personal side. Sometimes it just feels good to go into retirement not having that bill. And if that is the case, if it's more of a personal feeling that I just want to have it paid off and I'm going to feel better, then that's what you do. That's what works best for you. Number 10, how are taxes going to affect my retirement savings? This is all dependent upon what assets do you have. Is your retirement account primarily in 401k, IRA, 403b, pension, Social Security? These are all taxable accounts when you take your income. If that is the case, you truly want to start thinking about, are there other avenues I should be looking at, like Roth conversions or moving some of this money into life insurance policies? So we want to find ways to reduce our taxes, but it's more based on your personal situation. Number 11, do I need to make adjustments to my retirement portfolio when I retire? Absolutely yes, because as you move from accumulation years into the years that you're taking distributions, you can no longer afford a major loss like you could when you were 40 years old. If you took a loss at 40, you got plenty of time for that loss to build itself back. But at 65, you don't have as much time, and you're also pulling money from that account. So as you hit those retirement years, really you want to be thinking about 10 years before retirement. Let's start realigning some of those assets so that you can properly distribute your tax efficiency and also your retirement income. Let's do 12. Should I take my pension as a lump sum? Analyze both options. When you take it as a lump sum, you have the ability to now control your money, and you can put it into something like an annuity, for example, and it can pay you a guaranteed income for life. If you go ahead and turn it on from your pension, it also can pay you a guaranteed income for life. You just don't have as much control over your money. So there's really no right or wrong there, but it depends upon the rest of your assets. Do you have other assets that are needed for liquid cash if you need it? It really depends on your specific financial situation. Let's talk about 13. How should I withdraw income from my accounts? This is a strategy based upon your personal situation. Where should we be pulling income and when? And it's all based upon the current environment situation. For those that are actually retiring now, we should be pulling from taxable accounts because our taxes are going to increase in 2026. So don't waste your tax-free accounts right now. But again, it also depends on the full situation. The point that I really want to make clear is these are the 13 most frequently asked questions to us, but all of the answers to these questions really depends on your situation. So my advice is make sure you're talking these questions out with a financial professional that you trust. So reach out to your financial advisor. If you don't have one, reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you and walk you through these questions. So how do you find us? Come to our website. We're at www.intelliplanfinancial.com. So thanks for watching, and we hope to see you soon.